again. This is Waiting for Miranda Kerr. Come on, hopefully this will work. Oh, it's connecting. Oh,
Hello!
yay! Oh my gosh, hi.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you? I'm so happy to see you. It was taking me a few minutes.
Don't worry. I have had that many issues with this whole going live thing. It's infuriating and you're like, I'm sorry, I'm here.
Well, it's really interesting too because of the virtual reality of it all. But I'm so happy to see you. And what I was telling everybody was obviously what a wonderful person you are and how I admire you and how honored I am that you decided to join us today, because I think people really want to hear from you, because especially in these times, you're such an inspiration as a mother, a wife, a daughter, an entrepreneur, a wellness coach. I just think we want to hear from you what inspires you and this whole Ferragamo community joining us today. So I guess I'm going to start with asking you, how do you juggle all these different roles as mother, daughter, entrepreneur, boss lady, wife? How do you do it?
It's definitely like a balancing act. I have 3 little kids. My middle child is about to turn 2 tomorrow, so I'm so excited for his birthday. So I'm getting, a few little surprises arranged for him. And I have a 6-month-old who's divine, who I'm still breastfeeding. So, juggling the breastfeeding schedule and things like that. And then I have my company, Cora Organics, that is, really just my passion. I started the company 10 years ago, and it's all about the kind of mind, body, skin connection and helping people have healthy skin in a natural way. And it feels really good to be able to help people like that and provide, incredible skincare that gives people the results they need in a natural way. And so, yeah, it is a balance. And then obviously balancing time with my husband, that's really important. And that's something my grandma said to me. She's like, Miranda, you really need to make sure that you prioritize time with your husband, because it's really important, because, when the kids grow up, it'll just be the 2 of you again.
She's absolutely right. And I'm amazed at how graceful you managed to do it all. And, going back to something that I've long admired about you is that you really embody beauty from the inside out.
Oh.
And I love that that is something that you have conveyed in your endeavors, in whatever it is you're doing in life. And again, you're super inspiring. And I actually wanted to ask you really quickly, because I too practice meditation and I love Kundalini. I think you and I have DM'd a little bit about that. Is there something that you can share with your fans about how you're handling this time and all of this stress? Is there something that you've done differently that you've added to your practice? Is there something that your fans can learn really quickly from you, that you can impart some wisdom on that?
Well, I like to try to think, because there's so many things, little tools that I use. And so when it comes to meditation, I feel like there's so many different types of meditation, and you really have to find what resonates with you. And for me, I've recently been doing, obviously a lot of Kundalini yoga with a little meditation, and I like the way that it makes your body move, and then you can settle into kind of a meditation with some music and some heart-opening sounds. But I actually really still enjoy using Insight Timer, or even going on to...
Is that an app?
Insight Timer, yeah, it's an app, and you can find different meditations. There could be you can even pick 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and they have all meditations from everywhere. And you can do stress relief meditation or sleep meditation, or you can even listen to soothing music, which is really great. Or there's one that I was putting on, and it was called the Middle of the Night meditation. And it's you're waking up and your mind might be so maybe I've woken up and breastfed the baby and I can't get back to sleep, and I'll just pop on my headphones and listen to this lady. She has a very calming voice, and I find that really helpful for me sometimes, because when I have to do it myself, because I've also learned TM meditation where I have my own mantra, and I do that a lot, but sometimes the guided practice is like a great way to just kind of, for me to just like really let go and
You're right.
surrender.
To have somebody else almost tell you what to do, and to take your mind, give your mind a break, which is super nice, because it sounds like you have so much going on. And I have to say that I was really inspired when I read about your family's philanthropic efforts to support COVID-19. Can you tell us a little bit about what you and your husband, Evan, have decided to do to help in these relief efforts?
Yeah, so there's 29 different organizations that we donated money to.
Wow.
And it's particularly for those who, you know, need health, like health and food security right now, because that's obviously heartbreaking for a lot of people that, you know, might not necessarily have food on the table or a home to live in. And so we felt like, as a family, those who are experiencing financial hardship, it would be great to really focus on supporting them right now. And then as a company, Cora Organics, we have been providing like skincare for the nurses and the frontline, both here and in Australia, just to really help soothe their skin at this time, and give them an opportunity to give themselves a little bit of self-love and self-care. So
I love you even more for that. It's wonderful, because there are so many people out there in need, and you know, whether it's food or just having that moment of feeling pampered and taken care of. So I think it's really special that you know, that you are using your position, to both you and your husband, for helping others. I really admire that. And I also think that there are people that are really paying attention to your Wellness Wednesdays.
Oh, really?
I know I'm paying attention to those, and I want to know, like, you know, how did that come about? How did you come up with Wellness Wednesdays? Were you doing it before this pandemic? And, you know, do you have any workouts? I'm sure people really want to know about the working out as well.
Yeah, so I just decided, like, I don't have that much time to give, because as I am juggling all these other things, but my children nap at that time from like 12 till 2. Generally, that's the routine. And so I felt I have a little bit of time to really kind of give back and offer some kind of wellness tips or tools that have helped me. So I've had some Kundalini yoga on with Guru Mukh, and
I love her so much. And
it's amazing.
Her and all the music.
Exactly.
It's just so soothing.
Yeah, and then we've done a few workouts as well, like a ballet workout from Mary Helen.
Love her too.
Yeah, and my friend Jasmine, her and her friend Josephine started their own kind of fitness website thing, so I got her on, and so it's just a little way for me to kind of give back to those who are at home and aren't able to actually leave, and hopefully they can partake in these little series. Another friend of mine was on doing like acupressure points to relieve tension and increase circulation in the body. So people can go to my Instagram page and watch the videos, because I saved them all. So it's, you know, it's available there on Instagram TV, so you can watch them as many times as you like, or you know, you can join.
Okay, thank you, because that was actually going to be my next question, was, you know, how do we have access to these? And I think that's incredible that you're supplying that for people. And
thanks. I did a Kundalini yoga set myself, and I put it up on my blog, and because Guru Mukh had said this would be a really great one if you wanted to share it. And so I recorded myself here in the gym, and I'd never done that before. And I was like, oh, and I just hit record and just let it roll. And it's pretty funny. Okay, so you can do that one too.
I'm going to try that for sure, because I have to tell you, I'm holding my phone with my hand right now. And my setup was that I luckily have a studio, but I have no contraptions. My daughter's 19, and she's
I can't
trying to,
believe you
it's
have a
like, Mom,
19-year-old daughter.
oh,
You're
I'm
amazing.
46. Thank you.
Yeah.
But I'm older than people think. But it's so funny because she really is like, Mom, you've got to get a tripod. You have this setup that you have. I have books stacked here,
You're
trying to pull the
hilarious.
phone up. The internet's not working. It's so funny. So you're really, again, I'm going to follow your lead in that. I'm going to get the right things to kind of, have the tripod and video, because again, the virtual reality can be so intimidating. But
Yeah.
so how are you keeping busy at home? Are there any new projects? I mean, it sounds like you have a ton going on, but I want to know, is there anything new that we should be looking out for?
Well, I do have a new product launching pretty soon with Cora, and so I'm super excited about that because I love working with our organic chemists, and I've been trialing this product now for the last 6 months, so I'm excited to get it out there. Another thing I'm really excited about is I designed a homewares collection.
Oh,
And so that's really exciting. It will be available for people, I think, in June. It's with Universal, so I designed this range,
okay.
and it's like pieces that you can incorporate into your home, very kind of I don't know. I think they're quite subtle pieces, like quite timeless pieces. I decorated my whole home in Malibu with all of the collection, which was
Well,
really fun.
you have fabulous style. So where do we find these pieces? Is there a website? Is it on your website?
You know, that's a very good question. I'm pretty sure it's going to be available on One Kings Lane,
Okay.
also on Universal Furniture website, and then there'll probably be links on my website
Well,
to that.
again, you have a way of creating beauty. I mean, you're so beautiful, and I know that it's almost like a generational thing. I know over the years, reading different articles about you, you're so close with your mother and your grandmother, and they are really the strongest figures in your life. And I really love when you share these kind of familial stories and these wisdoms that they've handed down to you over the years. So can you impart some of the wisdom that you've learned from those women?
My grandma and my mother are just both of the most inspirational women, and it's my grandmother from my dad's side.
Okay.
Because my grandmother from my mum's side, she passed away right before I was born. So I didn't get the chance to meet her, but I'm very close with my grandmother from my dad's side, and she um, was a stay-at-home mother, but she was always in the kitchen, and she taught me how to cook, and she taught me all about the importance of health and simplicity with what you're eating. And she's the one that introduced me to noni juice,
Yes.
which is full of vitamins
Which
and minerals.
which I drink because of you.
Yeah, it's so healthy for you and so full of antioxidants. And then my mother is a very strong, like, woman, and she always said, if you're going to do something, do it right or don't do it at all. Like, she's just one of those women, and she just is so inspiring because I feel like there's nothing that she can't do.
You're
Um, and they're both so strong, but in very different ways. Like, my grandmother is strong in the way that she taught me, like, when I had Flynn, she was like, Miranda, the most important thing for children is routine, like having a routine for them, and making that they will feel safe in that routine. And I was like, oh yeah, sure. I was always like going with the flow, like, and then I realized, oh, routine actually is so important. And my
for all of
grandmother, she has this generosity of heart and this generosity of spirit. And just when you see her and you're in her presence, she's also quite mischievous. Like, it's pretty funny. She, even though she's older, she's still quite like cheeky. And I love that about her.
I think you definitely got that from her, because because I think that's one thing I know about you, is that you have this femininity and this softness and this you are very maternal by
Mm.
nature. But then I love that you have a little bit of this cheeky, naughty side too, which I
Mhm.
think is so fun. And I think that it's all about balance. And
Yeah.
to me, talking to you today has given me even more insight to your world and your life, which I know all of the fans appreciate so much. But it really does sound like that you have struck that balance that we all strive for. And I'm just super inspired by you.
Oh, thank you. And I'm so inspired by you. You're beautiful on the inside and out. And it's only when you do have like a pure heart, you see that in others. So
It's so true.
yeah.
Well, you definitely are one of the purest of all.
Oh.
And I think we're probably going to have to jump off soon because I don't know. It seems like it's the end of nap time. It's 2 o'clock
It's
where you
almost,
are,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
But I so appreciate your time today. And I just think you're so special. Is there anything that you would like the fans to know before we jump off?
Just that I'm sending love, and you know, I'm trying to think of other things that are tools that help me, like dry body brushing. I don't know if you do that.
Yeah, I
But
do that. Again, I think because of you, I want to say that
okay.
I remember reading something years ago, and it works. And then also the mini trampoline, which I'm addicted to,
Yes, the mini
getting the
trampoline.
lymphatic moving. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's so good.
Yeah.
Dry body brushing, mini trampoline, using a tennis ball as a massage tool, like rolling
Oh,
it around on your back.
oh, I need that. Okay, I'm going to use that too then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That
I love
really
it.
helps.
I love it.
Cold showers.
So are you following him, the Winhoff fellow that is really big into the ice baths and cold showers?
My mum actually, I think she did one of those programs, and she's like, it's so much better if you just like go straight in and you don't go in like a little bit by little bit, you just go straight in. And I was like, oh mum. But my mum has been in ice baths, but she's also walked on like hot coals, you know, when you do those courses to like
Yeah.
the power of the mind, like that's how strong and inspirational my mum is. So
Well,
I don't think I would do, I'm not sure I do either of those things, but a cold shower is good.
That. The cold shower definitely is good, and it gets your circulation going. I mean, when I surf, especially on the East Coast, I mean, it's freezing, and there are times where I'm literally gasping because it's so cold. And, you know, unfortunately right now we can't go to the beaches, but I'm going to definitely try making that shower more cold because it's still tepid. You know, I'm just kind of inching my way into it, but
Even if you finish at the end with a cold shower.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's
And you know, one thing, like I've said before, but if you dress in like colors, like this is really cool because, you know, you have the bright yellow, and I love dressing myself and my kids in like bright colors or fun like patterns. And I actually really love white as well a lot, but I feel like, yeah, it's an uplifting, I don't know, white I guess is not a color, but it's an uplifting kind of experience when you're wearing white, I feel.
You're right. You're right. I do believe you in that way. It's like, especially after living in New York for so many years where black is the go-to.
Yeah.
And I love black, but I find if I'm wanting to elevate my mood, it's definitely about color. But I love what you're wearing today.
Oh,
And of course,
thanks.
and
Let
I
me
saw
show
the
you.
shoes-
Let me
the
show you.
shoes.
I have the little skirt on too.
So cute.
And the denim shoes.
I love the shoes. I know. I'm in the dress. You would love this. See this dress?
It's beautiful. It's
Isn't
so
that
you.
beautiful? Of course, I'm barefoot in the garden, but it's so simple and easy, and it's one of those things that you could just throw on, and it makes you feel good. And but I love talking to you today, and I feel like we should probably do this again.
We should.
Because I want to know more, but I'm sure I know fans appreciate everything that you've said today, and you're a fantastic mother and daughter and wife, and I couldn't think of anybody to kick off this week of my guests than you. You're the best.
Oh, thank you. It's so good to see you and speak with you, and happy Mother's Day for
Thank you.
this
Happy
weekend.
Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to you and to your mom and your grandmother.
Thank you.
I wish you all the best. Stay healthy and stay safe.
Thank you. Same to you. Lots of love.
Bye, sweetie. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.